on.
We ready? All right. So a couple things before we start singing. Back when I used to sing in Montana with the symphony there, I was with two groups that sang with the symphony, and we would have our rehearsals together right before a concert. And the orchestra, the symphony, was so disciplined. They were always right in their seats, ready to go, and the choir people would be talking, dancing, yes, and then we would be disciplined, but then we'd come back together. But we were never quite there when they were. Who brought this in today? This is great. Oh, Deb, thank you. This is wonderful. This was being passed around. I'll send it back around so people can see this. A thing from Wikipedia on Annie Moore, the immigrant that we talked about, who's mentioned in Isle of Hope, Isle of Tears, the first one to come in through Ellis Island. If you weren't here last week, I just shared where my vision for doing this particular concert originated, and my own feelings about that, but it's pretty cool. We'll have to go around, and where did it leave off? Some over there? Anyway. All right, well, yeah, make sure it gets back to Deb by the end of rehearsal, but you can find it on Wikipedia. It's very nicely done. Thank you, Deb. So let's see the thing on her. Isle of Hope, Isle of Tears, but before that, go ahead and take it out so you're ready. This was new last week, and you've listened to it. So you may have seen in the rehearsal plan a note about ideas for home. When we've talked about this concert, that we've discussed a couple different things that I've had ideas for, and one of my things is I do wear too many hats, so I don't always get everything done for all the things that I'm doing that I'd like to. Karen and I went to a concert at First Congregational about 18 months ago or so, when we went to the Vox. Where's Karen? There you are. Okay, and they did a concert with a similar theme about home, but different music than we're doing. But one of the things that I really liked that they did was they had put the screen down, and they had a little bit of a slideshow with pictures that went with some of the music. It's not quite the pictures I was thinking of myself for this, but I don't know if any of you have any technology ability to be able to do something like that. If I start down that rabbit hole, I will. Joanne, did you just? Yeah. I know we have a few people in this group who are tech savvy who might be able to do that. But if you think that's something you'd like to maybe look into and work on, that would be great. The other thing is, at the December concert, a few people, Elizabeth was one, came up with some of their own things to say. Tanya did the same thing, about particular pieces we were doing, and that was really great. So I didn't have to write the whole narration out of everything that we were doing. It really became our choir with people introducing things. And, we all have our own feelings about what home means to us. It may be our family, it may be a person that, is special in our lives. Maybe a place you lived before and came from, where you are now, just a state of being for people who are religious, and maybe what we're going on to afterwards. So everybody has different ideas of what home is. And if you'd like to share something at the concert or here, even in rehearsal, we'd love to have you, write a little thing. It can be a very short paragraph, 2 paragraphs. Would love to have you share some of those thoughts and ideas with us as we go through. And when I start putting the program together, that some of those may be things we'd like to share. One of the things I don't have in this program that I felt very strongly about, but I spent a lot of time on this, but not probably in all the avenues I should have, is, I like to have diversity in our programs with music from different places, including right here in the Northwest with all our Native American communities, and this being home to a lot of people who are indigenous to the area, and I have nothing in the music that way. I'm looking into trying to find some poems that would be appropriate that way, but if anybody has any thoughts or ideas in that, that would be wonderful to share. Gracie?
I have friends who are Nooksack and they're storytellers. I don't know if you would want.
That would be awesome. We had William John a few seasons ago, and it was just great having him. And then he shared a personal story about, Chief George. Okay, and see, and it doesn't have to be anything big and elaborate, but again, just something that really brings home where we are. So, okay, that's as much of that. Let's give this a try. And again, I worked on the tenor bass part. I didn't work on all 4 parts, so bear with me. We're going to start the pickup to top of 4 is where the refrain, the chorus starts in the 4 parts. And I'd like to we're going to read through all of it and then break it down. So right on page 4. Okay, so, yeah, bottom of 3 with the pickup notes, yes. So here's your notes. Whoops. And I'm going to play those first 3 chords so you can hear them. So it's like that. Okay, that's where we're going. So do your best reading. 1, 2, 3. Break that down right now, because you're going to have the same thing a couple of places. Sopranos first. 1, 2, 3. Because I missed some of those 16th notes if you didn't notice. Okay, here we go. 2, 3. I played one of those 8th notes or quarter notes wrong. I anticipated it too much, but yeah, you did it well. Okay, altos, you got the same rhythm, almost, at the beginning anyway, and then changes. Here you go. 2, 3. Off on 4. Okay, those 2 parts, please. 2, 3. Let's do basses first, okay? Same spot, last two notes, bottom of 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you're going up, okay? Yeah, see where the stems are crossed there? 2, 3, and do that again for me. Sorry, the aisle, you're going down there. It's cutting off in 4. Okay, let's do that with the soprano and the alto. No tenor just yet. 3 parts. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and basses, this is another piece where, if possible, try not to go down the octave, try to stay up, because then when you go down low, it'll be much more effective if we have those shifts from high to low. Okay, tenors, let's have your part, please. Last 2 notes, bottom of 3, same note as top of 4. 2, 3. Tenor, just tenor. Okay.
Yeah, but you were going slow.
Oh, thank you. Sorry. Some go high, some go low. Okay, here we go. Okay. Yes, so basses, at the second line on 4, where the tenors go down on the melody, on that first note. That's why you're going up, they're going down to that. So you have that. See where that's going there? Okay, tenor and bass together. We'll put it all 4 together in a minute. 2, 3. Nice. Okay, all 4 parts right there. 2, 3. I know it's low, but again, that's the spot. I'm hearing. I want to try to get y'all up here. Right, it just lifts it up into a different place. Try right there, that second line on 4, that Isle of Hunger. Everybody, please. Second line on page 4. This is would be measure number 17, that Isle of Hunger. Everyone. Yes. 2, 3. Yes, that's the sound we want. Okay, so soprano and tenor going on a little bit. Okay, 2, 3, 4. Going on, soprano and alto. I don't know what did I say? Thank you. Soprano and alto. 3, 4. Right. Okay. So the first altos, you okay? You want to do it by yourself? Let's do it by yourself. Okay. Same spot with the pickup, pick up to top of 5. Okay. And, yes, those notes there again. Listen to the first 3 right there. Okay. And, okay, with the sopranos. So it'll be, here's your first few notes. Ready, and. Good. And that encourages the passport. That one's okay. All right. Let's tenor and bass. Top of 5. We're gonna get at least this section put together tonight. Okay. Ready, and. Yes, just be aware you got that 2/4 measure right at the end of page 5. Going through that. Okay, again, are you okay? Yeah, sound all right. Okay, holler if you need again. We're going to put all that together. Everybody, please pick up to the top of 5. 2, 3, 4. Section for next week, but I want to do all of that again from the beginning with the oohs. So you're going to just sight read through the oohs on the first 2 pages. Yes?
The middle of 6, at the end of that measure, we're singing I'll never see again. I'll never see again.
Oh. So it's just one note. And then the bass and tenor move. But soprano and alto don't. Okay? There is no, yeah, I'll never see again. It's just like that. Yeah. I think it's like a play on words. You know, before I saw this, I thought it was I'll, like I will never see again. I thought it was a contraction. Yeah. Okay, let's do it from the beginning without the solo part, okay? Yeah. Yeah, yes it is. Okay, the beginning. Okay, I'm gonna kind of play in the solo part, but I just want everybody to sing the English right now. First page, okay? 2, 3, 4. I really want to have everybody do the ooze. Nobody sing the solo, please, right now, okay? I'm hearing somebody do it. I just want to listen to your ooze and make sure they're even. Ready? And. We're going to take out home. We're going to do just a little of this today. Yeah. I'm sorry. Say that again, Deb. Yes. That could be what's going on there. Yeah. Thank you for pointing that out. So hunger. This is on page 6. The last note on the second line, soprano and alto. Thank you for noticing that. I probably would have noticed that the day before the concert if you hadn't mentioned it. That should be, let's see. Yeah, it's the same. If you do it the same as the day before, the page before. Yeah. So soprano and alto, mark it the way you have it on page 4 in the middle line there. This is measure 18, the last beat. Yeah. see. So we have to add the notes in anyway to make the beats work. Every other verse does I'll, you'll, never. So yeah. So the word you'll has to be added in. So tenor and bass, you have to add that word as well. So. Okay. Yes. See how it's missing a beat there? Yeah. We're not doing 3.5 beats there. We're just there. Okay. Good. Okay, home. As soon as you get that done, home, we'd like you to turn to page 5 on this one. So we are about halfway through our rehearsals, our regularly scheduled rehearsals. This is about where we start thinking about adding some extra. And we'll talk about that next week, Leslie. Maybe we can talk some more, figure that out, how we're going to do that. We, for the last couple seasons, a group has met at the home of Leslie and her husband, Tim, and they've opened their doors. And I think the biggest group we had was over 40 people last time. So we're going to have to figure out how we're going to split it, depending on how many people want to come. But we'll talk about that next week. Also, as we get towards the middle of March, we'll talk about when we're going to start those 6:30 rehearsal times, because we'll do them the last several weeks. It gives us that extra half hour, makes a huge difference in what we get done. So that's another thing. But do be listening. I apologize that you do not have all of the voice parts yet, and we'll make sure that happens. If Emily's not able to get them done, I will do them this week and get them done for you. So we'll make sure we have them all. Marianne.
I wasn't here last week because I was sick, but did you talk about the singing for the schools?
I'm going to talk about that in length next week.
Okay,
Yeah,
right,
I'm still waiting a confirmation from Lowell. We've talked about an assembly. My choir was going to sing at it. It's still up in the air, but I told them I needed to know yesterday, but we'll get that. They had a big thing up there tonight, and I think they were focused on that. So that's probably why.
In the email that I sent out, I tried to make sure there were links for everything for you. And so the Google Drive is where your voice parts are. And there's only one voice part that I could find that was missing.
Okay.
And it's a soprano part for Wide Open Space.
Okay.
And so Emily's aware of that. In the YouTube Drive, or in the YouTube channel, the Does the World Say parts for sopranos and altos is there. We used somebody else's because she was kind enough to direct while she was doing it. And also the Road Home, all 4 parts plus the descant are on the YouTube channel in the reference recording. So I tried to send links to everything. I didn't test them, but hopefully they work.
Okay, yeah, and I haven't tested them. Yeah. Sanctuary is still missing? Okay, the sanctuary is still missing?
No, I mean, I've been sending out soprano 1 and 2.
Okay.
16, page 16 through 20.
Oh, the difficult, yeah.
Yeah, see, I have to
Yeah.
put that one on there.
All right, we need to make sure that gets done. That's like the hardest part of the whole program, so we gotta get that one on. All right.
That reference, I can put that in the reference report.
Okay.
So I'll just put it there. And it'll say, on sanctuary, it'll say soprano hard part. All titled.
All right, what we do know about the school days is it's March 20th. Liz's school in Cedro Woolley will be one of the ones, and I've asked 2 other schools. I just gotta get them to give me an answer.
We have 500 little people, very excited.
Yeah, and you're gonna sing for us too.
I'll sing too, yeah.
Yes, all right, wonderful. All right, so we'll get that. I'll work on that. If we get to the point of having the sign-up sheet out next week, we'll let you know in the email with the rehearsal plan. Okay, page 5 at the bottom. So this is 6 flats. I thought I was playing 2 parts tonight, not 4, so just bear with me. also, where this is the kind of, if you had a refrain in the song, this would be it. This would be where it'd be, or chorus type of thing, okay? There's the soprano part. Can you give that a try, please? Ready, and. Three, and. Sweet, right. If you have not listened to this yet, and you weren't here last week, do take a listen to it. It's a really lovely, well-composed piece. Sopranos at the top of 6. Here's what you have going on. Want to sing that measure right there? First measure. And sweet, one, sweet, sweet, there's right. And then we close off. Okay, and to everyone, because we have this word over and over again in this song, Place, again, that's the song we want to be just like we did on Race. Place, EH, place, like home, home, like that. Okay, soprano's nice. Let's have altos do your part. Or beats on the hum. And sweet, 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 sweet. Start from the top of the page, please. Listen to that. That's kind of odd there. Going down, start right at the top there. Sweet, 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 sweet. Right, so really listen to that place. Soprano and alto. I know I'm kind of throwing this at you, but I want to at least get this part done before we go. The rest of it we'll work on as sectionals next week. Ready, and. Good, one more time, same thing again. And that's nice warm hum, just like we did on our first warm up. Okay? Ready, and. Right, so that shows up a couple of times in the piece, the exact same thing. Tenors, let's add you in here. Nice at the bottom, nice and warm. Bottom of 5, and. Sweet, 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 there's no place like home. There's no place like home. Good. One more time, please. Good measure. actually bass by yourselves, please. Bottom of 5, ready, and. Oh, we have such nice voices back there. Wonderful. Let's do it one more time, please. Voices by yourselves, and. Good. All 4 parts there. Okay? All right. So you be as brave as I'm going to be here. Okay? 2, ready, and. Right, we are just about to the end of our time. We're going to go back, and the sopranos and altos start this piece. And tenor and bass join in at the top of 5. So I'm going to let the ladies sight read a little bit of that. We're going to go on and sight read a little bit of the second verse, that's tenor bass. And then we all do the refrain, which we just sang. So, of course, with it being sight reading, it's not going to be perfect, but it's not too bad. We're starting right at the beginning, where you come in, where the voice parts come in. Nice thing is your unison here in the beginning, okay? So it's just the rhythm you got to be careful of. Ready, and sorry. I didn't get my fingers on. So we have, start right at the top of the page, okay? Same have a good week. Stay healthy if you can. Right? Oh, yeah? Awesome. Yeah. You want to bring something up on you?
And we said more about Delta High in high school.
You know that song, I was looking stuff up with that. Peace. Charles Taylor. But I thought it was interesting that I found two wires and some of that song. Yeah, this is and you don't have to mention it. My mother was on. Yeah, her grandparents. During the holidays. One grandfather was a stowaway. It's like these little kids and they're all starving. So they're only from 10, 12 years old. And it's found out his ships. My dad came over from July. He's what I talked to. You here last week? Yeah, he's what I talked about when we all saw him. Yeah, I hope to do that. Yeah, we're right now. Let me know. Yeah.
Eileen, are you looking for like